Hi, I'm Professor Kevin W. Tharp, and I'm going to be your instructor for this search engine optimization course. What I want to do here is just take a couple minutes to get you familiar with how this class is going to work and some things that you need to do to be prepared for the beginning of the semester. Preferably you will go out and do some of this before we actually start the semester. If you're not seeing this till the first day of the semester, no big deal. But I'm giving you an opportunity to get ahead, and I'll talk about more about that in a little while. So let's get into the class. First off, I've been teaching this class since 2012. It's actually one of the first, if not the first, university course in search engine optimization. And I developed the Bachelor of Science in Digital Marketing Technology at UW-Stout, which was the first and possibly still the only bachelor's degree in digital marketing technology. So we focus on the technology, and that's what we're going to be doing in this class as well. Search engine optimization is about knowing how to understand the technology processes of using the technology so that whatever you are trying to share with the world, they've got a better chance of finding it. It really boils down to that. I will be using for the first time ever a textbook. Up till this point, I've always had to create everything myself, and this stuff changes really, really fast. So it's kind of refreshing that we're going to have a textbook to allow you to do some of the readings. But you'll notice that it's SEO strategy and skills. Strategy and skills is one area of SEO, but it changes so fast that those things are going to change. So my focus in this class, and even in the way that we'll be using the textbook, is in understanding the process of how we can take our ideas and create content that will help us to get our ideas in front of people using digital marketing technologies such as search engines. We'll be using a lot of tools in this class. It used to be a tools class, but it's not anymore because there are so many tools and they change so quickly that focusing on a specific tool isn't the best approach. Rather, what we're going to do is we're going to use tools to help us to understand the data behind content so that we can manipulate that data so that we have the best chance of showing up in search results, whether that's in Google or Amazon or LinkedIn or YouTube or social media or wherever. So we're not just looking at Google and Bing, the traditional search engines. We're looking at all kinds of different search engines that are out there. And so we'll use a number of different tools to do that. Obviously, a primary area of focus is going to be on the website aspect of it, but we'll also look at social media. We'll look at on-site and off-site optimization. We'll look at video, social media. We're gonna take a holistic approach from this. Because we're looking at so many things and it's changing so fast, you have to realize that this is a class where you cannot possibly learn everything that you're going to need to learn. So that's why we focus on process, because the process of auditing online content isn't going to change significantly. The tools we use, the strategies you use, the skills we use, they're going to be changing. In fact, by the end of the semester, something will have changed. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of changes every year to just the Google aspect of this. And so you have to be prepared to walk into a environment where change is going to be a normal part of everyday life. And my approach to this class, and frankly, all of my classes, is that I want you to be prepared for not just that first job, but for a career where you're going to need to be able to understand process and how quickly it changes and prepare yourself so that you're not looking at what was important yesterday, but looking forward to see what's going to be important tomorrow, looking over the horizon to understand the direction that it's going. So some of the tools that we're going to use, the first one that you're going to use is Screaming Frog. I'll get into that in another video. But Screaming Frog does essentially the same thing as a search engines crawler. It goes through and it looks at a URL and the content of that URL, and it does that through what's called a crawl. And so you're going to learn how to use this software to do a crawl. And the first thing that you're going to crawl is one of the tools that we use in here is that you do a semester project with a partner organization. Now, I'm going to go into the partner organization and that relationship a little bit more in a different video. But you need to find a partner organization so that you will have somebody to work with. So what we do is we take what we learn in the textbook and all the other different materials that and activities that I'm going to put in front of you. And what we do is we apply that by looking at all the different aspects of our partner organization's online presence. And one of the tools we use to do is Screaming Frog. Another is that we've got access to a tool called Raven Tools, which is a top of the line set of tools, because what it does is it actually aggregates information from a lot of different data sources. And they provide us with a license for each student to use this at its full capacity for the semester. So it's a fantastic resource, but we can't rely on it alone. But it brings you all kinds of information. And what you're going to do is, from all these different tools, you are going to, throughout the semester, you're going to do little audits on different aspects of your partner organization's online presence. And then what we'll do is we'll bring that together as a semester project. So every few weeks, once we get rolling here, there's going to be an assignment that's related to in some way auditing your partner organization's online presence. And what you'll do is you will use information that you learn in the textbook and in the different videos and readings and resources that I make available to you. And what you'll do is you'll apply them. And so this is a very applied class. That's what makes it fun. A lot of people really enjoy this class. I really enjoy this class because it's an opportunity to really dig in deeply into different areas. Since you're working with a partner organization, each person gets a little bit different education in this class. But that's because it's customized, but that's where we go back to process. So the process is more important than a specific strategy. And each of you will do the same process, but you're going to find different strategies based upon the data that you find using all the tools. And I know that's a whole lot to try and take in right away. We start with the assumption that you don't know a whole lot about this, except for stuff that you've learned in previous classes, in things like web development, etc. Then what we do is you create a partner, an audit for your partner organization. And for your final, what you do is you present that audit. So you'll create the audit. We'll do it in stages. So I'll give you feedback throughout the semester on different parts of the audit. Then you'll bring them all together towards the end of the semester into a comprehensive audit. You'll present that to the class. You'll turn it into me. That's the primary assessment where most of the points come from in this class, is in that project. So you don't want to take a what's the least I can do approach to this class, because frankly, if you're of the what's the least I can do to get by mindset, going into a field where you're going to be considering things like search engine optimization is not going to be a good idea for you. If you are going to have to be a lifelong learner going into digital marketing, because it's changing so quickly. So that's what we're preparing you for. This video has already gone longer than I wanted to. I look forward to getting to know you all, and I'll be in touch with you with other videos. You'll see a lot of my face this semester. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.